So how did I meet Jackie? Well, we actually met on the internet. Jackie sent me a message on MySpace of all things, and honestly, when I first got the message, I thought it was an advertisement. You know, those people who kind of entice you in with a pretty girl's picture, and then you end up getting a bunch of email on Viagra. Well, that's what I thought it was, so I almost kind of ignored it.
Well, I saw him on the internet one day, and he seemed very interesting. I read his profile, and I'm like, he seemed familiar to me, like I've seen him before. So I said, what are the odds of me contacting him and getting to talk to him? I don't know. I don't know what was going to happen, so I just went for it. And I searched for his profile name, and I saw him on MySpace, and I messaged him. Just like a simple message, nothing, you know, big. And then he replied back, which I was surprised.
I looked at her profile and it's amazing, and it seemed like a real person, so I decided to write her back. And then I found out from her profile that she was from Miami, and I was like, well, that's probably not going to go anywhere because that's really far away. And for whatever reason, we just started talking. You know, I sent her an email, and she responded back, and next thing you know, we were IMing each other.
At first, it was kind of, I was a little bit, not scared, but I didn't know what to expect. I know in his profile, it got to me because he had humor, a sense of humor, and I love to laugh, so.
Well, what I knew of Jackie is what she told me initially, right? I got a lot of it from her profile online, but just talking to her, getting to know her, finding out the type of person she is, you know. She is like a prayer warrior. At the time, you know, we needed prayer for my family, and I found out that she needed prayer for hers, and so we just started praying for each other, you know, and kind of just started from there. What I think about her, she's just a very giving person, you know. Knowing Jackie, you get to know a little bit about her and her family. She poured herself into her kids, you know. Everything about Jackie is about serving other people, and that, to me, is very beautiful.
What attracted me was how courteous he was. He's very courteous, very gentleman-like, and the confidence, he had like self-confidence. He projected that self-confidence, and I really liked that.
We had been talking now, online, for a long time, and we gotten to know each other, and I knew in my heart I wanted to meet her. And I got the impression she wanted to meet me too. But I wanted to make it a surprise. See, one thing about Jackie is she hasn't had the opportunity to do a lot of things. So I told her to carve out a weekend. Take one weekend and plan nothing.
And then he goes, okay, so you set out those days for me? And I say, yeah, I'm not doing nothing. My life is pretty simple, I don't do much. So, and okay, so it's on. And I go, so what do I do? Do I do something? You know, no, don't worry about it. I'm going to email you with the list of things that you're going to do, all the steps. I'm like, okay. So then the next day, he emails me very early, and it tells me that he has 2 events for me. One is photo shoot, and I'm like, oh wow. And the other one is meet with the event coordinator.
She did her photo shoot with Javier. She came back to the hotel, but little did she know I was her event coordinator. And so we met for the very first time right there, and she was in shock. She couldn't believe it because, I mean, she had no idea I was there.
So I had the printout paper from the list of things I have to do, and I just had it in my hand, just looking over what I'm supposed to do next. So I come in, and then I'm near the desk, the front desk, and I hear a voice in the background, and it's him, but I didn't know it was him. I just hear a voice saying, "Hey, chica," and I'm like, "Huh?" So I froze. I froze with the email printout. I'm like, and then I turned around, and it was him, and I freaked out. I was like, "Ah! I can't believe it! No, he's here! He's here!" So he surprised me and showed up, and it took me a while to settle because I was so emotional. I was like so excited and I was screaming and
I think she was a little caught off guard, completely off guard, but it was cool to see her because she had this flood of emotion that's really hard to explain.